everyone, welcome to NG 25. Today we'll be trying to do a Tunisia crochet pattern using yarns, two color of different yarns, these two, the purple looking like this and the multi-purple. I love purple a lot, that's why I'm using it today. We'll need materials, which is like the yarn, the hook itself, which is size 8mm hook, that looks like that, and this is that long. So my hook, I'm sure you asked why is my hook this long, is for so that the work should not come off, and it's up to 2 meters long to this end, to this very end. And I like yellow as well, that's why I'm using yellow. And we'll also need the tape, measuring tape. You can use any length of measuring tape you want to, for us to know the length and the length of the scarf that goes around your neck and the width as well. And then we always have our needles to stitch in the loose ends and the scissors to cut it in. Hello everyone, welcome to NG 25. Today we'll be trying to do a Tunisia crochet pattern using wool like this color purple. I love purple, and I'm using a very thick yarn, and I'm using two different colors, so a multicolor in purple and the deep purple. We'll need materials. So for step 1 of this video, for the Tunisia, the foundation chain, we need the wool that is like this. We'll do the foundation chain, which is a circle like that. I wrap it around my hands, put the yarn over and pull it through. This is the foundation chain of the work. This is how it looks like. So you need this circle for the basic foundation chain. Even if you're a beginner, you need to always have this for your beginning work. After you had your circle ready, you pick your hook. As I'm using a size 8mm hook, I put it through the yarn, and I have to always have the tension of my yarn in my hand so that I don't have any loose work or untense work. And also you always have to hold your yarn down here so that it should not be moving around, because if I don't hold it, your yarn will just be moving. As you can see from this, it's moving. Base because I'm a left hand person, but if you watch slowly, you'll be able to understand what I'm doing step by step, because I'm doing quite slowly. So if you're a right hand person, just keep an eye on what I'm doing and you'll get there. So right now, because I'm doing a scarf that's not going to be too long, I'm going to do the single chains, which is a foundation chain. I pick my yarn up, I pull it through, that's 1. Pick my yarn up, pull it through, that's 2. Pick my yarn up, pull it through, that's 3. So this is how your foundation chain should. Hello everyone, I'm back again. If you see, this is my foundation chain. I've crocheted single chains up to 15. This is how it looks like. And if you measure it with your tape, initially as I showed in the beginning, it should give you, from where the hook is to this point, it gives you 20 inches. That's why I told you you're working from the width, and we'll be going up, 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 so it goes longer. So work from width to length when we're doing this scarf. So the second stage of the work is going to be, I will put my yarn there in this part of the hook to do the stage 2 of the work. So I pull there, I pull. So we're going forward and backward. So right now we're doing the second stage, which is picking up the Tunisia pattern from the foundation chain like this. If you look properly, I'm going to pick right there, put and pull. You put and pull. So on the foundation chain that we did, we're picking up the yarn and we are pulling, and I will get back to you to do on the next step of the work. So this is how your work should look like when you pick and pull. You do that to the very end of this work there, and I'll get back to you. I'm back at this stage. If you see, my work is a bit wrapping on the hook. That's why you need a longer hook with a strand like this, so that your work doesn't fall off. So all I need to do is just stretch my work out so it lies flat on my hook like this. So that's why when you're doing the Tunisia crochet pattern, you always need a hook that has an extension bit at the end, so that your work does not fall off. So on stage 2 of this work, all we need to do here, so on stage 2 on the work, as I initially told you, we are doing forward and backward to obtain the Tunisia pattern. So I've done the very first stage, that was a foundation chain. Now I've done stage 1 is pick up the yarns. So if you see, I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. And if you notice as well, I'm having my yarn tense on my hand so that it should not make the work loose and unravel. So at this stage, this is stage 3, I'll be going backward. I'll pick up my yarn, go backward, pull backward, pick up the yarn again, pull backward. I'll pick up the yarn, pull backward. And if you notice, you see this is a pattern that is forming already at this stage. We will show you the back of this work, but first things first, you need to pull all of this to the end for me, and I'll show you now the next stage of stage 4. Welcome back. If you have pulled your work backward, as I said initially in stage 2, this is stage 3 of your work. It should be looking like this, with all these holes underneath. Don't worry about it. When you do the next stage, these holes are going to close up, and your work should be also looking like this at the back. I'm sure when you look at this, you think it's knitting. It's not knitting. I'm not using 2 yarns. I'm just using 1 yarn to do this work. So on stage 4 of the work, if you see, that's my hook again, and this is where we are. On this stage, we're going to work on the very front post there of the work, like that. So all you need to do is pick up your front post there in each length to the back. So I've done 1, I'm doing 2, I'm doing 3, and I'm doing 4. So this is how it should look. Immediately as you pick your work on stage 2, you will see that your work is closing down on the next stage. You're no more seeing a hook, you're not seeing any space like on this step as it is. So we will carry on picking the front post of your work. The Tunisia crochet, when you do it, you don't see your work till when you reach like stage 4 and 5 of the work. At the beginning of it, you just think it's a model wiggly worm, but it's not. The more you do it, it will be closing up and it will be giving you a form at the back as well. And make sure you do not skip any side when you're picking forward, and this is how the backward should look like. Make sure you pay attention when you're picking each yarn of the front post. As you can see me do it, I'm going to do this to the very end of the work, and I'll put this down for you to look at it properly. So if you see, I'm picking, this is the last 2 front posts. You pick there, and you pick that one, and then on this very last post, you will see it looking like this. There is no front post, but there is this stitch at the very end here. This is where your hook goes in. This is to make the edge of your work to come out even and straight. So I've put my thread in and I've pulled it out, and this is how your work should look like. So it's even and straight to the very end, and I'm going to come backward. So all I need to do is pull it all backward to obtain the third stage of the work, and this is how the back should look like when you're doing this. So right now I've picked all this one for stage 4. All I need to do is come backward poses. So I'll pick my yarn as always, backward, pick my yarn, pull it back, pick my yarn and pull it back, pick and pull it back. So this is how it looks like. If you see now, this stage is closed and the next stage is showing open. And if you look here, your work is properly closed in, so it's going to be going up straight and it will not be wobbly at the end. So all we need to do is pull back, go backward. So it's a forward and backward walk. If you're using 2, so if you notice, this is what I do. When I pick up the yarn, I pull 2. When you pick up your yarn, you're pulling in the first stitch and the second stitch through. So you pick up the yarn like that, you pull through 2, you pick up your yarn, you pull through 2, you pick up your yarn, you pull through 2. Every stage of the work, you pick up your yarn, you pull through 2 at a time, like that to the very end. You pick up your yarn, you pull through 2, you pick up your yarn, you pull through 2, and even in the very last one, you pick up your yarn, pull through 2. So this is stage 4 of your work. This is how it should be looking like. If you see, the first line is completely closed and the second one still has these holes here. But this is what you need to be doing for the Tunisia pattern till it goes very long to the desirable length you want. Press. As you can see from what I was showing you at the beginning of the beginning stages and up to stage 4 of the work, when you carry on doing this for row 5, row 6, row 7, row 8, you will have something looking like this one. This is how your Tunisia pattern should look like. It looks this way at the back and it looks this way in the front. So you see all the front pieces are showing right there. So if you look, this is how the pattern should look like at the back, and this is how it looks like on the front, because we're picking up the front post double crochet. And as I said, I work from the lengthwise to the width. So this is how my length always looks like, and the width is this long. So you can do it to whatever length you want. And this is how the back should always look like. The back looks as if you're knitting it with the machine, but no, you're just doing forward and backward post. And this is how you go on each side. And with this pattern, I love it a lot because you can wear it on both sides. This is the bad side and this is the right side, but you can always wear it on this side or wear it on this side, and it keeps you very warm. That's one of the things I love this pattern for. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button below, like and share for more videos. See you next time.